All right, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here on our chamber chat on March 22nd. My name is PJ Prunty. I'm the president and CEO here at the Greater Danbury Chamber of Commerce, and we are fortunate to be joined today with Colleen Saltarelli, who is the owner and CEO and probably everything other title you could think of Digital Lift. Colleen, appreciate you joining us this afternoon. You all are a proud graduate of Leadership Danbury, right?
I am. I look for, if I could do it all over again, I would do it again.
There you go. I love it. We'll have you be our saleswoman for the program going out there. So we got a great conversation lined up for today. We got a couple of questions that we received in advance. Before we jump in there, why don't you give sort of a little bit of a high level background, a little bio about yourself and your family, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. So I am a Danbury native. I was born right here in Danbury. Grew up here my whole life. Went off to college. I went to the Culinary Institute of America, came back, and now my husband and I live here with our son. And we're still living in Danbury. We love it. And we've also decided to build our business here. So even though I did go to culinary school, my husband has always been into technology and website. So we decided to build a company, Digital Lift, that does websites. And it was something that I could do at home while raising my son.
Sure.
And so and now that he's older, this has turned into this big, thriving local business. And we help businesses of all sizes get on the web. But we've kind of switched gears a little bit. Times have changed, and now social media is huge. I recently had a celiac diagnosis a few years ago, and that made me have to eat a gluten-free diet. So I went back to my culinary roots and started posting on Instagram. And I've turned a just little page that I used to have just for myself. I have over 10,000 followers, and I work with major brands, and they actually pay me money to make recipes that are gluten-free and just post the pretty pictures online. So it's turned into a really great business.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, welcome again, Colleen. I appreciate you taking time out. So let's dive into it here and get into some of the nitty gritty here. So as a business, if I have a website, why do I need to be on social media?
Okay, I get this all the time. So because my main job is building websites, right? I'm always going to say everyone should have a website, but you really should. You really should have a website. People don't feel like you're a legitimate business unless you actually have a website. They can Google you and look you up. However, people don't hang out on your website all day. They're not reading your blog posts for hours on end. They're not studying your list of services. Where are they hanging out? I don't know about you, but I spend hours a day scrolling through social media feeds. And that's where most people are. People are hanging out on social media. So why don't you want your business to be there? You should be hanging out with them as well. You should be where the people are, where they're interacting. They're literally sitting there saying, feed me content. Feed me with, I want the knowledge. I want to see what you're all about. They're asking for it. So that's where your business needs to be.
Excellent. So talking about posting. So let's say I've been posting on social media for years, right? And it goes nowhere. Why doesn't it work for me?
Yep. So you need to look at a few different things. So first you need to see, are you actually on the right platform? There's so many. I'm on Instagram because that's where my target audience is. You need to think about what your ideal customer is. Where are they? Where are they hanging out? Are they super young? Are they kids? Are they on TikTok doing silly dances and lip singing? Are they on 30s or 40s? Are they on Instagram? Are they looking for recipes? Are they looking for new hairstyles? Are they the older demographic? Are they on Facebook? You need to figure out if you're in the right place. And then, are you providing some sort of value? Are you posting your 10% off flyer? Is that going to be a value for somebody? Or are you posting something that's educational or entertaining? And that's going to want someone, your ideal customer, to engage with that? Are they going to want to comment, oh my God, that looks amazing? Or are they going to want to come or share that with a friend? Are they going to want to get that interaction going? And then, are you being social? Are you just not commenting back? Are you reaching out to your ideal client and having them come and bringing them into your page? Are you just posting and ghosting?
Posting and ghosting. I haven't heard of that before, so I like that one. That's good. So this next question is, I often think of my father-in-law. I love him to death. He always jokes about when he posts to Facebook, he's going viral, he says, right?
Yep, yep.
A picture of his, of a boat or something. But, I often, have people want to know, how do I go viral? Like what sort of, steps could they take to be able to sort of, accomplish that, so to speak?
Right. And I'm going to ruffle some feathers, and I'm going to say you don't want to go viral.
Okay. So there you
Maybe
go.
if you're maybe if you're a celebrity influencer, you're a Jenner or Kardashian or something,
Right.
and you want to go viral because you're working with huge brands that are going to pay you millions of dollars to reach you millions of followers. But if you're a small business or you're a single person, just being creator, you don't want to go viral because you're going to get a ton of followers, but they're going to be trolls. They're not going to be your ideal customer. You're going to get a whole bunch of people that really don't care about what you're selling or what you're about. I would rather you have 1,000 really hardcore engaged followers that are your target customer or that are your ideal client.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That makes sense. I've heard the phrase "content is king" sort of be thrown around, similar to the "cash is king" phrase. What should people be posting on social media? Like what type of content should they be putting up on those platforms?
Right. So I try to think of a few things before I post. So I think of, before I press that button, I think of who's my ideal client. So for me, it's obvious, it's someone like me, right? Someone who has a gluten-free diet, usually in my age range. Is this going to entertain them? Is this something that they're going to stop scrolling and they're going to laugh about, or they're going to be interested in? Or is this something that's going to educate them? It's going to give them a tip or a trick. In my case, it's a recipe, right? I'm educating them with a recipe. You're creating value. Is it going to stop someone's scroll? Is it going to stop and make them engage in it? They are not going to stop on a newspaper ad. So something you would post in a newspaper or in a magazine, like a print advertisement, is not something that people are so numb to it, they're just going to keep scrolling. They might stop if you are a closet company. If you do a before and after of a really messy closet and then a really nice organized closet, people are going to stop. They're going to be like, wow, my closet's a mess.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Look at those color-coded sweaters. Like, who does that? That looks awesome. They're going to stop and they're going to engage in it. So before you post, think about, is this going to entertain or is this going to educate somebody? Would it stop a scroll?
Excellent. No, appreciate that point. So let's say I don't have thousands of dollars in my line item to throw at, paid advertising on social media. Can I still grow a following? Is that still possible to increase that following?
So I have grown in 2 years, 10,000 followers. I haven't paid a single penny.
See, there you go.
So that's your answer. So I have done giveaways. So giveaways are a lot of fun. You get together with some other brands, maybe that your target customer would also like. Let's say I sell candles, very aromatherapy candles. An ideal customer probably would also buy like chamomile tea. They would also buy face masks. So you get together and you collaborate with a couple other brands, you do a giveaway, and then you gain customers. You obviously have to pay for the products to give away, but you're not throwing thousands of dollars into paid marketing, paid advertising. If a company has money to do that, I mean, more power to you, go for it. But I don't, I don't have that kind of money to do that. So it's really just producing quality content and engaging, and you can get there.
Excellent. So speaking of money, can you actually make money on Instagram?
You actually can. Last month, my Instagram revenue surpassed my website revenue.
Look
So
at that.
if you've ever had a website built, you know how much money they are. So if you could think about that. Now, this month is probably not that case. It's up and down, just like any other business. But it depends on what you want to achieve, what your goal is. So the way I make money is I work with brands. brands you might know, Del Monte, things like this. A brand you might know, they'll come to me and they'll ask me to create a custom gluten-free recipe using their product. And I will do a paid promotion on my page. I'll create the recipe. I'll take high quality videos and images, and I'll also give them those videos and images to use in their marketing. And I'll post it to my page. And then they'll give me, I'll get a check from the company, and we'll have a contract beforehand, and we'll do that. And that's how content creators and influencers make money, mostly by working with brands. As a brand or a business yourself making money on Instagram, you can even sell a product right on Instagram. There's buttons for shopping, and you can shop right there. Now I'm saying Instagram a lot because that's my social media platform of choice, but you can take these pillars and these concepts and use them over whatever platform you're using: Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest. A lot of people do really great on Pinterest. LinkedIn, if you're a B2B company, you need to be on LinkedIn. People don't think that that's often like a social media platform, but it is.
Yeah, excellent. I appreciate that insight there, Colleen. That's impressive too. I like hearing about that success. Some of the feedback I get from the companies when it comes to managing their social media, they're just like, I don't have the time, right? I don't have the hours in the day to spend on social media because they're so focused on whether it be their management roles, focusing on bottom line. Can a company hire someone to do it for them?
Sure. So there is an entire group of people called social media managers. And what they'll do is they'll post for you and they'll do your engagement. So when people write in, they'll comment them back for you. But just like a website, so I have a lot of people that come to me for websites and they're like, hey, can you build my website? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. We'll design it, we'll build it. But they still have to provide me with the content because the business owner or whoever's running the business, they're the expert in that field. So it's the same thing on social media. You can hire a social media manager, but you're still going to need to supply them with the videos, with the photos, with the actual caption, because you're the subject expert. So yes, you can hire a person for that and it will shave off some of the time that takes, but you need to still realize that you're actually still going to have to come up with the majority of the content yourself.
Yeah, well, that makes sense too. Let's talk about the infrastructure in place that people might need in order to sort of see them have success on these platforms. And let's say that these companies don't have the budgets to invest in this expensive equipment or cameras or lighting, all that would be great to have. But let's say they don't have those funds available. How can they still create high quality content without those high-end equipment?
Right. So for the first year and a half on my page, Gluten-Free Colleen, I'll plug that right there. I only used my iPhone. That was it. The cameras today on your phones are amazing. I got a ring light a couple months ago. It was like $50 on Amazon. And because nowadays people really want to see your face. They want you to show up. So because my page is recipes, I'll show up in stories. And if you get a ring light, it will just highlight your face. It's like $50 on Amazon. So that's really a very low cost option. I do have a DSLR camera and I do take professional photography, but that's only if a brand is asking for that because they're going to use it in print ads or they're going to use it on their website. But as a small business, there's no need for anything fancy like that. I actually still take my video on my phone because it just comes out so much better.
All right. Well, there you go. Appreciate that. Thank you. We're going to jump into some questions about Colleen and learn a little bit more about yourself personally. We were just mentioning that you just took a nice little trip up to the Catskills, but do you got a favorite vacation spot with the family or by yourself?
Right. We really do love the Catskills. That's pretty much where we go when we need to get away. We would love to make it permanent one day. That would just be like a great fantasy. We like hiking and we take our dog up there. We stay at a really great resort, Scribner's, and they allow you to bring your dog and they have a whole bunch of activities for you with your dog. So that's what we really like to do. We're not beach people. Do not bring us to the beach. Sand, we don't want anything to do with it. The snow and the mountains, that's where we're at.
That's all you Excellent. Love it. Favorite band or song? I know that may be hard to do a song, so that's why I lead off with band possibly.
Okay, so I like any sad boy with a guitar,
There
like
you go.
emo. If it's a sad kid and he's got a guitar, and it's right up my alley. Brand New is like my favorite band ever. I don't know, maybe not too many people know who they are, but Brand New and Dashboard Confessionals, which are local to Connecticut,
Yeah.
two of my faves.
Awesome. That's great. Let's talk about the best piece of advice that you've received, whether it be throughout, your professional career or personally, or relationship you have with a family member. What has sort of resonated with you and has kind of stuck with you over the years?
So this is kind of the advice that I give most people at their wedding, but it resonates in my business, and it also resonates in my personal life, is don't listen to anyone's advice.
There you go.
So that's the advice that I give.
There you go.
But obviously, listen to people's advice, right? But in the end, eventually go with what you think is best, personally and professionally. Because if you just go along with the river down with everybody else, you're just gonna be one of the crowd.
Yeah, well said. No, I like that one. All right, last one, and this is going to be tough considering your background, but if you had to pick your favorite meal, what would it be? Your favorite meal, you think?
This is so hard, and people ask
Yeah,
me this
I
all the
know,
time.
but put you on the spot here, Colleen.
Okay, so this is my last meal, right? Okay, this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna
Well,
have.
I don't know if I don't want to say last. I don't want to be morbid. Let's just say
Okay,
what's your favorite
okay,
meal, right?
okay.
Like,
This is like the ultimate, like, right? Okay, a boiled lobster or steamed lobster, just like a regular lobster with tons of butter, a big thing of mac and cheese on the side, and a key lime pie, like an entire key lime pie, the whole
there you
thing.
go. Nice. I
That
love
would
it.
be my ideal meal.
That's great. No,
People want to think of that from a CIA grad, but that's what I want.
excellent. That's fantastic. I'll take some of that if you're willing to share.
Yep.
Cool. I mean, is there anything else that you want to mention about yourself or Digital Lift or anything else would give out to our members?
Yeah, no, this came at the perfect time that we decided to do this, because Digital Lift is almost 10 years old and it's been around for a while. And we've decided to totally rebrand and re-engineer Digital Lift to change with the times. We're becoming more of a social first company. Websites are going to be helping to assist in the social first aspects, but we're more about creating and engaging with your customers. And that's where we're heading. And I feel like this kind of create quality and then engage and show off that quality, people can use that in any aspect of their business. And we're just going to do it in social media. So we're really excited to do this chat and share that with everybody. So we're still here. We're still doing websites. We're still doing the chamber website. So, but we're adding this social media first focus to it. And hopefully that our clients see benefits from it.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Colleen. Appreciate your time. We'll be in touch and we'll be seeing you around in the Greater Danbury area.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Take care. Thanks.